Hi everybody, here's Krystian from TeamworkCast.
And I'm Andrej from the Metropole Grid.
And this is Netrunner and TeamworkCast. This is the Eurogrid 4 tournament, the fourth Eurogrid tournament, where all the meta in Europe comes together, or at least in this area of Europe, in Aachen. And this is the 8th of November, the same day that the finals of Worlds are taking place. And on the left we have Guybrush, which we saw so many times on the top table here. On the right, it's me.
Hey.
And we are going to see an NDA versus NEH. Good times, Andrej, isn't it?
So this is North American Regionals 2014.
Basically, yes.
But this is exciting. We just watched you play Andy, and you played a stealth Andy, which I would say kind of disassembled the food coats that you were up against.
It was. I had some really good draw, and he didn't have really good draw, right. So that was really good. Because we have to say, like, Guybrush at this point is way ahead of me in points. I was like paired up with him. I was actually not. I was going to like average, on average, I would say. Maybe a bit above average.
So this is top table, right?
Yes, it is top table.
Ah, yeah. Well done. I
was actually surprised to be at the top table. I didn't expect it. I was like, what? Top table? I was actually angry because, like, no, I'm going to play it against this awesome guy. And I'm like, ugh. I'm just doing my crappy
you've been
criminal.
Holding your ground so far pretty well.
So far, yes. And so the idea is, like, if I win the second game, then I might be actually top in this tournament.
Okay, not too bad. And this is actually the last game, right? This is the second matchup, last game of the day?
Yeah, so this game decides everything. And
this is the big one.
This is the big one. I have to apologize, by the way. Like, it's getting really dark, and I didn't pick like the best spot to record this, so it's a bit grainy and I think a bit blurry at some point. So I apologize for the low quality. We try to do better next time.
So Data and Destiny did come out
yes.
Maybe a couple of weeks before this. Did that change your NEH at all?
Well, yes, I actually put in a card on this very morning because this is the first time I got my Data and Destiny.
Ooh, okay.
And because it took ages to come out in Germany. So I am doing the sweeps week against Andromeda.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, I think I even mulligan for it. I'm not sure. Or
yeah, I almost always mulligan for sweeps week against Andy. It is just such a big deal. Double sweeps week even, you can just not ever take money again. You're done.
Yeah. All the money in your game is forever gone. He starts with the Sure Gambles, which is also sweet.
Yeah, so first turn Andy is a big deal because it basically sets up the next 2-3 turns.
Very important.
Hopefully you want the Desperado. A Data Sucker is just as good, maybe a Dirty Laundry right after that.
Probably going to see some kind of run. Yep, Dirty Laundry on R&D.
Yeah, Unprotected R&D is still okay.
Breaking news. Breaking news, nice.
Not too bad. So I don't know if you want to divulge a bit. Is this any sort of, this is just fast advance? Standard?
Yes, it's the Spags gas pedal kind of thing. But I did some tweaks because I found some really great Data and Destiny cards to put in there.
There's some real scary stuff in that blue box. It's pretty good.
It's fun. It's fun, especially for NBN. I don't know if the small identities are that going to be having such an impact on the meta, but I really love the flavor of the new run identities.
The flavor is so good.
Oh man, I just could talk for ages about this, like how Adam is basically destroying his programming.
Do you realize that it's Adam and Eve, but apparently it's now Adonis? Like the idea that he was the type 1?
Maybe, I don't know.
That's awesome. So
cool. So yeah, it's really nice. And also, of course, and the other runners like Sunny being like I think one of the podcasts talked about this. Like, we have a lot of sentient viruses in video games and board games.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of moms.
No, not at all.
That's actually she's the unique and exotic one.
She's just doing her job, and she likes her job, and it's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to be a install of the fairy. We reconstructed at the beginning because I think he miscalculated his credits. So I think
Dirty Laundry got a strange amount or something like that.
Yeah. We just want to make sure that he has the right amount of credits. I did forget to raise the pet campaign, but he allows me to do this. I mean, top table, but we're still friendly.
Yeah, that's not that big. If it doesn't change game state, even if it is semi-real competitive, I'm usually okay with it.
Also, we're good friends. He's like from the Cologne meta. So this is actually exciting because, for the first time, we have two Colognians on the top table of the Euregio tournament.
So how far do people come in for Euregio?
So we had people from Belgium and from Netherlands, usually. Okay. And sometimes we get people from the UK as well.
Oh, nice. Everybody plays with English cards, right?
Yes. Well, sometimes, but if you know this game, you can know the cards by heart. I play certainly with the English cards. I don't think that Guybrush does.
Okay.
All right, so there's a run on R&D, and that's going to be wraparound.
So I think the ferry is actually huge. Running into an architect against NEH is particularly dirty with the free card draw you can get from that.
Yep. That's true. So he wants to avoid this by installing the ferry. Runs on HQ2. Of course, he has to poke the HQ to make sure that there is no shenanigans going on. That's going to be a war of static.
So that usually tells me, if I'm the runner, that there's probably agendas in HQ, because normally I don't res ice on HQ unless the siphon comes.
Well, I have 2 ice there.
Yeah, so 2 ices does help.
And so 1 ice is like the end run ice, and the other ice is the emergency account siphon ice.
Right. So look, you probably do want to get a piece of ice on archives, considering data sucker and security testing are now a thing.
I don't know.
Because you can't stop security testing, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, maybe I want him to feel like he's secure with the data sucker, because I do have a lot of Cyberdex virus suite.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, like, if he relies too much on the data sucker, and I can catch him off guard against something like, 4-strength sentry. I don't know if I have something like there that helps.
Archer, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I do have an archer, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah, that would be really great, yeah. All right, so this is the corroder here. It allows him to get into HQ and R&D, interestingly. So he does the legwork. So now let's see if I'm going to rest my energy ice. I do, and that's an Archangel.
So Archangel, you can probably bounce something to hand. Bouncing the corroder is pretty great.
Yeah, so that's an important thing. I want to always use an Archangel as an outer ice and then something inner here, so he can actually act as an ender run. Because putting like the Archangel as a lowerest ice is actually not useful at all.
Yeah.
You can bounce something, but they still get in,
Right. Yeah. It can be annoying, but still, it's not going to end the run. You just have no board at some point. Looks like he's going to pay that out with. It's only 5 credits. I guess he didn't boost. Still a lot.
So I didn't boost. I think I don't have any agendas, or maybe I do. And let's see about that. So he can trash the sand. Oh, he has an agenda here, but it's just a breaking news, so it doesn't really hurt me that much. Because he still has to steal the same amount of agendas. It didn't really reduce the amount of agendas he has to steal.
So you're not playing one of these 24/7 news cycle things?
No, it's just fast advance, regular fast
Okay.
advance. And that's usually great against Andy, because people say like, oh, Andy doesn't have any clots on anything.
Yeah.
So usually that's actually a good matchup. On the other hand, Andy is so aggressive, and most decks are not prepared for this.
Oh no, not at all.
Currently,
and, Andy has the money to trash the sands. It's not really that big of a problem.
She benefits from the remote servers. He does security testing on everything. So this is a turtlebacks being rest.
Hey, space turtles, let's do it.
Yeah. I really love that this is a thing that happens now, because I really hated like the boring NEH decks that didn't really use the ability.
Yeah.
But now it can go all the way horizontal, so every card in there is like it's their own server.
Because Turtlebacks is basically just turning any deck into ETF in some ways, like horizontal decks, which is really good.
But it's better than ETF because you get the credit every time.
Yes, exactly. And you do get the card draw too, which is it's just absolutely brilliant.
So yeah, he doesn't really have too much money, so I mean he can get money with the security testing, and I don't have the eyes to stop this, so I just go hog wild on the servers, you know.
Do you think you're going to go for a shell game, or this is just a waste of time?
That's kind of like, I often can sneak out agendas this way, but he actually checks. He doesn't have the Desperado, so he's actually reluctant to test at this point. But once you get the Desperado, you check every server, sure.
Oh, Desperado, sure. You're making money. Let's do it.
So he runs on the R&D.
You are a bit on R&D lock.
Yeah, sadly, I am.
With the card draw, it's actually not as bad.
Yeah. I res a second pet campaign. I'm going to stack those pet campaigns, but they're, in separate servers.
Of course. I think you do have the money if you wanted to score with the Sansan. I think the Sansan's on the table, probably.
But I'm drawing actually cards. We saw that I didn't have any agendas on hand, and he did it lock me out. So I draw some cards and make sure that there's no R&D lock going on anymore. He has to install something now, I guess, to get into the R&D. Or it's going to be just taxing.
Yeah. Even if you just pop the ferry, that's fine. It can't come back.
Yeah. It's going to be just one axis. All right. Oh, there is the Desperado. Okay. That's something he's been looking for. Yeah. Now it's going to be interesting.
So 3 credits a run. You can check all those servers. Make some money doing it too.
Yeah, getting 3 credits from the secure testing too. That's also really great.
Yeah, are you running any tag punishment at all? Like in theory, that security testing. If that went, that would be a big deal.
Don't think so. No.
Okay.
I mean, he sometimes the criminals will float the tags after account siphon. So.
Yeah, exactly. And with the DLR meta, I think a lot of decks are able to put 1 or 2 cards in that are tag punishment.
Mm-hmm. It's certainly a good idea.
Yeah.
So again, installing another card here, drawing a card.
So that Turtlebacks, I think, has made you maybe 3 credits so far?
Yeah, so something like this. So I always get my money worth of Turtlebacks. It's a really great card, and it's so expensive to trash. And most people like, Turtlebacks, I know, it's a weird card. I never played against this. I'm gonna leave it there, and that's the mistake.
Oh yeah, you can tell. People who played against Turtlebacks before, that is a must trash.
Yeah,
it gets out of hand so fast.
You have to trash it super aggressively. Like once it's out, it has to be trashed because it will make up the money so quickly.
So it looks like security testing is going to go probably on the Turtlebacks. I'm not sure.
Ooh, this is a card that has been popular recently.
Yes, that is huge.
So this is Bank Job. He can get 8 credits instead of access on a remote server.
So you cannot stack that with security testing, but still, just about 7 credits for a run is awesome.
8 with the Desperado. So it's really great.
It's kind of really good.
So again, especially against my kind of deck, this is the cards to have in your deck. And actually, I saw a lot of people another Turtlebacks here, and trashing this Turtlebacks this time around.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of people actually play the Bank Job instead of security testing.
Yeah, and I agree. And there's an interesting call on whether you want to install the Bank Job before they install the assets or after they install the assets, because one of them basically says don't install anything empty.
Yeah.
Which can slow down the corporation. But
yeah, I think it depends on how much you need the money from the Bank Job, actually.
So Turtlebacks still printing money. One of those was trashed, which is probably a good idea. 2 Turtlebacks is probably too many, if
also,
one isn't already.
Interesting, he ran on things, but he didn't pop the Bank Job yet. It's still hanging around there.
Yeah. Well, I guess you might want to know what those face-down cards are. I would use Bank Job on the Turtlebacks, perhaps, or the pad campaigns.
Oh, interesting. So I installed an ice in front of one of my cards there.
So right now, code gates are the thing you want. Do you know if you're running any Enigma or anything real?
I do have code gates. Yeah, I mean, Archangel is a code gate.
Right, but like hard end the runs.
Yeah, there's especially one interesting one which I have only as a hate for Faust.
Okay, I have an idea what that could be.
So this is a little engine. I don't know if it's going to come up here, but yeah. So it is interesting. He does an inside job because he saw that ice, doesn't want to face check this ice. That's going to be the Sand, of course. Again, preventing the fast advance for me. So this game already goes for 12 minutes and I haven't scored a single thing yet.
Yeah. And I don't know, NEH can pull off games in the late game, especially against no clot. But I think you're on the clock right now.
Yeah, it's looking a bit grim for me. On the other hand, I still have lots of money coming in from the pad campaigns, and I'm keeping him busy all the time. He had to use his Bank Job.
Yeah, Turtlebacks is gone now, so parts of your engine are falling apart.
But everything will come back eventually. You know what I mean?
I have some ideas, yes.
All right, so I'm rich.
Yeah, so you're doing pretty good. Siphons haven't been that big of a deal.
Yeah, but siphons won't hurt me, and he doesn't he has to really, install some crazy breakers to get through the Archangels.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Is it cheaper just to pay 5 credits every time for the Archangel? Archangel is huge. There's no good way to deal with it.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a trace. If I'm richer than him, then I will just out-trace him.
But even if you break your back just to send back a Desperado, it's not a big deal.
Well, for him not, but he won't get in, so he cannot account siphon. He cannot rely on the HQ access.
Oh yeah, true, right.
All right,
such a card.
So thinking where to put this. There's a Jackson. I drew a Jackson, I guess, and I'm thinking where to put my newly installed card, because of course I won't get the draw if I install it not in a server that already has an ice in front of it.
Right. So now you're just looking for the pieces, right? You just need a Sansan.
Yeah.
Do you have biotics, perhaps?
Yes, there is one.
Okay, just one?
Mm-hmm.
So if we get that, you can probably get off to the races.
But his gear is very, he doesn't even have much installed. Still no code gate breaker.
Yeah.
That hotel might help with this.
So that is a tempo hit, but that's 6 cards over 3 turns, which is a lot.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
So hopefully, even just a solid killer, something more permanent, might be a help.
Yep. Oh, second security testing is also great. We'll get him a lot of money.
Yeah, that's big. Looks like the third pad. Sell those phones.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm like an iPhone store right now.
Just more cards? I don't know. I don't think you can shell game at this point, right? You just have to score.
I just keep drawing. I think I had a problem that I didn't really draw the agendas.
Right. If you draw Beals even now, it's not like you can do much with them. I guess you could Sansan and Abila out. That's
Yeah,
fine.
maybe. Of course, I want to score the Astro script first so I can like do the Astro train.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly I'm looking. I completely forgot. Like this game I was so tired and this was so late. I was like, whatever. Just played on autopilot.
So there's 2 breaking newses, right? Or 3? I forget what the math is. I think it's 2.
Might be 2 or 3. I don't really know. I did some tweaks to the, especially to the agenda setup.
Right.
I know that I have 15 minutes in there.
Okay, yeah, 15 minutes might help because you'll probably have to score 4 agendas if you don't get that 15 minutes.
Yeah, but it's also something I can pull off if I just get my setup right. I did install a card in there behind an ice.
Mm-hmm. So there are 2 protected remotes. One of those didn't do anything.
No, so far not. I put Sansan in there, but he inside jobbed it, which is fine.
Yeah. Double security testing is a lot of money.
Yep.
That is...
But again, I thought like, okay, this is not going to be... Okay, so here on Archives, and that is going to be the Lotus Field.
Mm-hmm. Which is decent. That's actually pretty good.
Great. He has to go here. This is actually going to be a real problem for him because I think he has a Yogg as code gate breaker.
Okay. Oh yeah, Data Sucker, that's no good.
All right, he runs on this server, and that is going to be an architect that you are so afraid of.
Yeah, every card's architect.
And I don't know what that is. That's a Sansan.
Another Sansan, which is definitely going to get the trash.
Mm-hmm.
So now that architect server is annoying, if you put something else behind there.
Yeah, so this is really secure, so I can plop in something that is secure in here and go to town.
I think architect is also really great when it fires when you have a Jackson on the board. Because you can always over-install if there's an agenda behind it, and then just fix the problem.
But hey, see a Biotic Labor.
Looks like we're off.
Yep, off to the races.
Biotic Advance, let's put our name on the moon.
Yep, we are going to draw on the moon with the Astro script, and so the Astro train has begun.
So the game has completely shifted. Once there's an Astro out, I think it's all about R&D lock, all about large HQ pressure, like legwork.
Yeah, but the Lotus Field does a really good job there right now.
So he has no answer to that, probably? Maybe Fem?
Yeah, I think Fem is the only answer for him. So this was a huge setback for him. I don't realize this at this point, because I wasn't really sure what kind of breaker suite he has. You can never tell, right?
No, you can't tell.
But yeah, this
usually
is actually
there's
a
a
huge
Zool
problem.
sometimes. Like Zool even is really expensive. It's like,
Somebody
what,
says
4 to break?
Passport.
Yeah, Passport actually is probably...
Actually, Passport, you should always have a Passport at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's running on Jackson. I'm of course getting back the Biotic Labor, another card. And
probably a Sansan? I think you only have 1 Sansan left in the deck.
Yeah, could be. Let's see, I'm thinking. Actually, I remember this was a bit of a problem. I was actually not sure what to do. I'm getting a hedge fund because I'm getting low on money.
Yeah, I guess you are. 3 pad campaigns is a lot.
Yeah, and he still doesn't trash them because I guess he still wants to get his security testings off.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, once those go... Well, I guess there is still an empty remote in there. I don't know what that is. Maybe a CVS?
Also, we haven't realized this, but I kept him really busy so far. Like, every turn I'm trying to get out some kind of threat that he has to check. And if he's checking the remotes, and even if he trashes all the remotes, and then security tests, he doesn't really have too many clicks left to do anything.
And that is the thing. Oh, actually, it looks like we're probably going to get another score out here.
Yep, probably fast advance.
Yeah.
Yep, that's an ASO script, another ASO script. So the train is doing well. There's a second ASO script out, and of course I can get back something with team sponsorship.
So probably the Sansan, maybe your Turtlebacks if you really think you're going to keep going horizontal.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this actually.
So you only have 1
Sansan.
token. Yeah, Sansan's always good. So that's the thing that you did actually keep Guybrush pretty busy, and that's there's no tempo loss in installing remotes, which is so fun with NEH.
Yeah.
The dream in my head, and I've been working on this for a while, is always to build like a PE type deck, like a trap deck, so that you can start spamming remotes that they have to check, but you're not losing tempo.
Yeah. And also, of course, PE people are very reluctant to check remotes because there's going to be all sorts of horrible things. Interestingly, he runs as on HQ with an inside job.
Inside job is a good way, and it does pay off.
And I remember that this was a lucky pull because I think that was the only agenda I had there, and I wanted to score it next turn.
Oh.
So I was very upset about this. He gets out the Yogg.
So in theory, you can Yogg an Archangel. It's pretty rough on the data center tokens, but R&D looks
He
like...
actually does that. He tries again because he thinks there's another agenda.
And it makes sense. You have been drawing and nothing's been happening, but...
There it goes. So there's going to
the one.
CVS. So the Archangel cannot be broken now, so he has to facepalm into the Archangel.
Trace 6 is pretty annoying. Returning that Yogg, let alone the Crowder, would be rough.
Yeah, either way, it's going to be tax him a lot.
Yeah.
He actually has to pay all his money to get through.
So
to have one access.
Single access costs about 8 credits.
Yeah.
And no good. That's a sweep. Okay, so... Wow, Lotus Field is actually a complete lock. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, it's 2014 meta. You have to remember how things were back then.
Yeah. So 3 credits a turn. I don't even think money is a problem. The sweeps week isn't a big deal. You still have a Sansan out there, right?
Yes, it is behind the Architect.
Yeah.
Double sweeps week.
Not too bad. Probably 8 credits. Not sure.
Yeah, but it's not what I want. I want an agenda. I want to finish my Astro script.
Yeah.
Astro Train, and I think the agendas are not coming at this point.
Now, I don't know what your ice is on archives, but you can actually lock down data sucker tokens because he does need 3 to make an HQ run.
Yes. So either way, he can't run HQ. He can run R&D. I don't know what's in archives, but yeah, I guess he will have to poke it if he wants to get up those data sucker tokens, because otherwise he won't get into HQ.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty good lock you have there. Money shouldn't be a problem. 2 clicks for 6 credits is pretty substantial.
Yeah. I'm doing some kind of reshuffling there because I want to have like the protected servers in the back and an unprotected server in the front.
Yeah,
just so it's better readable. I make sure that he's okay with that.
It's an Escher shuffle remote servers.
So he gets the same old thing.
Yeah, that's a siphon, right?
That could be anything, but he can get into HQ. So
you can also inside job.
Yeah. It's a good card there. It's really, really valuable. Oh, okay, so I get out another. Astro Train is finished.
There's no more room on the moon to put your name.
It's really bad for him because the first agenda I draw, I just score and win the game. So he is really under pressure right now. It's looking really bad for Andy right now. That
Sansan has to go.
Yep.
I think there might be NAPDs there. NAPD with a Sansan token. An Astro token can be scored. Oh, hey, we forgot about it.
I forgot about the team sponsorship, getting it back here. Not protected. There's the Fem, Alt Art Fem, and I think it's going to go on the Lotus Field because he has to establish the R&D lock now.
Yeah, it's really important. With no multi-access so far, maybe a Maker's Eye, that would actually buy a couple turns.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do with that.
Oh man, this is going to. I actually never, like I was playing this, I never realized what a big problem the Lotus Field was.
That's exactly what Guybrush needed.
Yeah, so this is actually something he has 3 off in his deck. He told me, and so far it was doing some really great job. So you're going to see some. Oh, then that's good. That was the winning agenda there, and he was able to intercept it. Well, it was for him. For me, it would have been for me if I draw.
Of course. Yeah. So it's 6-6 now. The next 2 cards on R&D. Well, 1 card now on R&D is technically safe.
Yeah.
Maybe you even have HQ.
He has the same old thing there too, so he can do like another Maker's Eye if I do something. And I think I don't realize the kind of threat I have on R&D. I thought like so far it was going well, so he won't be running too much. I think I don't know if I even have an ice to install in R&D. I don't know. R&D.
And you just installed a card, a new remote server, which caused you to draw. So as much as you are breaking R&D lock, the next 3 cards, which could be Maker's Eye, are all fresh.
But I rest in the corner here, black list, which I probably should have installed behind an ice. But yeah, so now he has to trash it before he runs, and he's really low on money, so that will be very difficult for him to pull off.
Right. With those security testing, though, it's just going to be a matter of clicks.
Yes, but he doesn't have the clicks, because he just has like 4 credits.
Yep.
So to trash this, he has to pay in some credits, then and a click. Then he has to maybe security test, and then he has 2 clicks for the same old thing. So it's really
it'll be close.
It will be close. So I wanted just to buy a turn with this guy.
Real cool. I don't know. Does that card work out in other matchups? Has it pulled its weight?
Yes, it's great against Clot.
Yes. Oh, yes. Quite good against Clot.
Yeah, if people want to threaten the Clot with just a clone chip, then you just rest this, and they cannot Clot you.
Very interesting. So it looks like security testing, one of them is going to fire.
Yep.
That is going to be trashed.
I think you got both, didn't you?
Not sure. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I think one, maybe. Okay.
Because I think he only has time for one if he wants to Maker's Side.
So he trashed one of them. And I think he's deciding whether he wants to secure it, Maker's Eye or legwork. That's the question that he has right now.
Oh my.
I think legwork would be more difficult for him to pull off.
Yeah, because that's a question. You could have drawn the agenda. You might have the winning agenda in hand, but it looks like we're going to go for a Maker's Eye.
Yep.
See, 3 cards on top of R&D. It looks like 1, 2, we're good.
That's 50 minutes, and we're counting this, but it doesn't matter. It's 1 point agenda. He won the game.
That is game. Oh my god.
He won the game.
That was the point you needed. Yep. 2 down in R&D.
And the third one would have been 1. So the funny thing is, I drew with my last click. With my last click, I drew an agenda.
Okay.
And I probably should have used the last click to install something in front of R&D.
Yeah.
But the only problem was the only thing I had to install in front of R&D was a archer.
Ooh, and that puts you back. Yeah, losing 2 points for an archer is not the best. It does buy you a big window.
Yeah, it would buy me a window, but I don't know if that... it was just a really good play from Guybrush here. He really got me against the ropes here.
Cool. Well, hey, well played. That went pretty well. That's top table, so that's always exciting to see.
Definitely. So Guybrush wins this tournament, and I turn out to be 3rd.
Hey, not too bad. Does that get you any cool prize support?
Yes, actually, I got an alt art data sucker.
Oh, whoa! Those are real hard to find.
Yeah. The guys from the Falco, who organizes those Euregio tournaments, he always makes sure that there's some really cool stuff going on in the prize pool. So yeah, there was like lots of playmats, rare alt arts, and you could pick like from everything from a lot of things that were released so far. So I was really happy about this result.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep. Alright, so this is it. This is the final game from the Euregio. So we're gonna move on to some more games, some different tournaments, hopefully some more recent tournaments, because I think at this point where this was released, we probably already have some Mumbat Cycle cards out, so let's see about that. Yeah, like especially those Euregio tournaments are so long. There's like 12 games in each of those tournaments, so yeah, they will usually fall behind after each of the Euregio tournaments.
Right. Fair enough. I think that's still really exciting. I've never been that big of on time sensitivity on these videos. They're still great to watch.
They take a long enough time to edit. I mean, you probably know it yourself, Andrej, because you do have a excellent YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do run a channel. It's called the Metropole Grid. You can find it on YouTube. The channel's called the Metropole Grid. If you go to youtube.com/c/Metropole Grid, or just search it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a channel that covers my local meta. I'm actually all the way across the ocean in Montreal.
But also French-speaking, I guess, right?
Well, yeah. My French is pretty poor, which is kind of the exception for Montreal. I'm actually originally not from Quebec, but yeah, a lot of people here speak French. The meta is really exciting. We also do get a lot of people who come in from Toronto, Ottawa, even from the northeast of America.
Nice.
So the meta is actually really exciting. It's a lot of fun. The people here are great.
Yeah, sweet. So check out his excellent channel, Metropole Grid. Channel I really enjoy watching your videos, Andrej.
Oh, thank you. I'll definitely return the favor at some point and have you on my channel. It will definitely be exciting too.
Looking forward to it. So thank you for being with me today and commentating. It was a great fun.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was awesome.
All right, so we're going to leave you guys and see you next time around when we, as always, hack the planet!
Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car! Shit on me.
This episode of Netrunner TeamworkCast was created with a generous support from our listeners. If you enjoy the show and you can't get enough Netrunner videos, please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/hacktheplanet.